My name is Ray Cooper, and we are in the Kleiner Ratskeller in Göttingen, 3 levels below the street. This is a very deep old cavern that we're in. I'm going to play some songs. I'm going to start off, the first half of the concert is going to be songs from my new album, Land of Heroes. And in this album, I'm exploring different ideas of heroes and who are the heroes today. And this first song is called Whistleblower. It's about the whistleblowers and the journalists. Sometimes they get into a lot of trouble just so that we can know what's happening in the world. Blow the whistle, blow, there's nowhere else to go. Locked up in a safe house, safe but not forever. No going back now, no, not now, not ever. Your old life is over, you'll never live a life in clover. It's showtime, go time, press enter, blow the storm and you're the center. Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot the messenger. This time you put yourself outside the pale, maybe spend a life in jail, or exile in a foreign land, getting emails from your biggest fan. She shines a light in darkened corners, naming, shaming, hidden forces, willing to withstand the wrath, and tread a very, very narrow path. It's a story, a slow burner, she's a witness, a stone turner. What is she supposed to do with the evidence of murder? A flashbulb moment can reveal the hidden forces and the secret deals, and the wheels within wheels within wheels. Computer needs a new user, we need a new Martin Luther, willing to commit offences, to see and understand the consequences. Black mess, black blood, black earth, black streets, black gold, black death, black meat, black teeth, black sky, black eyes, black cloud, black mind, black days, black thoughts, black bile, black sand and black water. To a desk back home, unnecessary witness to the truth, a saint or a sinner, a loser or a winner, a hero or a fool, but it's a job somebody's got to do. It's a story, a soul burner, she's a witness, a stone turner. What is she supposed to do with the evidence of murder? Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot the messenger. Okay, further on the theme of heroes, I wanted to write a song for our nurses, the nurses that have been working so hard over the last year. And this song is called Eyes of Mercy. I hear you coming from the rustle of your clothes, the sound of plastic slippers on a polished floor. Check the signs, read the charts down the line, and then check mine. I can't turn my head, but I hear what you said, and I wish I could answer just fine. I want to breathe, I want to breathe. How long have I been here? Hours turn to days. There's an angel by my bedside with a covered face. I'll try to be your small success, and I hope you make it too. Eyes wide awake, night and day, tired eyes that watch for signs. Stay a while, lead me through to the front door or to the back. Lead me through to the light or to the black. I need someone to hear my tale, or it will stay with me. This one needs to run, it wants someone to set it free. It's only when the days are short I see the course I've run. It's only when I stop the race I saw that long ago I'd won. Goodbye to the past, and if the flames leave just us, those who make it through will remember you and thank the few. Eyes of mercy, tight eyes of angels by my side, stay a while. Eyes that work night and day, eyes that watch, eyes that pray, stay a while. Eyes of mercy, tight eyes, stay a while. Stay a while. I'm going to play a couple of songs on the piano. This first one is called Dark Father. Hello again, my old friend. Back to the beginning, back to the end. I've been waiting for you to come. Dark Father, dark star, dark sun. I knew that we would meet again. Back from the beginning, back from the end. And I will rest in the warm dark tide as you close my eyes. I don't belong in heaven, I don't believe in hell. Where I'm going will suit me well. bad and all the good I've ever done is one dark father, dark star, dark sun. Always there, never lost, never won, waiting at the end of time, the end of clocks to run. And all the bad and all the good I've ever done is one dark father, dark star, dark sun. And I saw where I'm going, I know where I've been, to the dark purple distance we all have seen, at the end of nights and days and setting suns. Dark father, dark star, dark sun. Father. The next song is it's called Dark Sky Park. There are so many street lights and artificial lights in the world these days that some people decided that we should preserve the darkness. I like that idea. And in England there are several dark sky parks. There's one near Brighton on the hills of the Downs. And you're not allowed to have too many lights in that area so that you can still see the stars. And people drive up there at night just to see the stars. And I think that's a beautiful idea. So this song is called Dark Sky Park. I know a place, I'll take you there, far from this bright crowded fair. I'll take you to the darkest place I know, so dark that Venus cast a shadow. They gathered all the dark that's left and drove it to this lonely place. And there, beneath a million tiny stars, we know that all the summer night is ours. We'll walk along the ash-gray roads and visit dark sky park tonight. We can see beyond this world and watch the universe unfold, and near those tiny points of distant light, we know that other eyes look up tonight and wonder if there is someone on this third rock from the sun tonight. are just so far from home. They want to meet, they want to share the love we're feeling now down here, and walk along the ash grey roads and visit dark Sky Park tonight, and visit dark Sky Park tonight, and visit dark Sky. Now, I'm going to play a little bit of cello. This is a song, another song from the new album Land of Heroes. This song is called Circles, and I wrote this for a friend of mine, a German friend of mine. He used to book me into the eastern part of Germany, and he booked me into a lot of interesting castles and monasteries and churches. He was a priest, and I think that helped, but he liked to have an alter ego. He liked to put on his leather jacket and go to rock gigs and folk rock concerts. But my dear friend Jürgen, he died very suddenly a few years ago, so I wrote this song for him. It's called Circles. We walk in circles on the earth, with the sun, the big sky, and the birds. With friends we meet along the way. Some will come and some will stay. The things I miss about you now, your light, your laughing, and your smile. You left behind an open space, an empty place. Seagulls are crying every day. Sometimes I think I hear them call your name, but there's no answer to their call. Some will come and some will fall. In the snow, back to where we started it all. Then we went our separate ways. Some will come and some will stay. If there's a heaven, you will know that's where you surely will go. You step lightly on the ground, lightly you did go. Seagulls are crying every day. Sometimes I think I hear them call your name, but there's no answer to their call. Some will come and some will fall. I call your name up at the sky, but the birds shout back and cry. There's no answer here below. Some will come and some will go. I walked up to the mountain where the endless green waves had once spoken to me. Seagulls are crying every day. Sometimes I think I hear them call your name, but there's no answer to their call. Some will come and some will fall. We walk in circles on the earth, with the sun, the big sky and the birds, with friends we meet along the way. Some will go and some will stay. Well, I hope you're enjoying this concert back in your living rooms with your cup of tea and your bottle of beer or your glass of whiskey. The next song is called We Need More Heroes. And it's a song about a traditional kind of hero, really inspired by, I think, William Shakespeare. And I hope you'll agree that we do need more heroes. Certainly in England we need some heroes to appear very quickly. You're like a statue, white and cold as stone, but we can talk, you and I, now we're alone. You can help me listen this last time. You were always a friend of mine. I've been a soldier, and a soldier I remain. I slept with one eye open to the wind and the rain. I confess that I forgot you as I played my part. I never knew you'd be that shooting star. You hesitated and you tried to break free, but you couldn't escape the hands of cold destiny. A prince of hope you were, for justice bold. You're a story now that must be told. We give so little in return, but in our hearts your light still burns. And it's a destiny of rain and snow to fall, and it's a destiny of sharp-eyed hawks to fly, and shooting stars to blaze at night. Yes, shooting stars will blaze at night. The restless spirit chasing dreams, that part of you will never die. We pick up your fine dreams and run them with our own. You're a story now that must go on. Farewell, friend, I have work to do, and where you've gone I can't follow you. We living must get up and toil with the sun. We have our tasks and there's work to be done, but I hate to see you go. We need more heroes, and this world still turns. We need more heroes. You and promise to remember you. You never wanted to be king. Your fate's to fall just when you win. You walked that long and lonely road. You faced your fate that day alone. You never wanted to be king. Your fate's to fall. when this world still turns. We need more heroes. Going to play a guitar tune, something I've never done before actually. An instrumental on the guitar. And this tune is called Marilands Ride. There's a great poem from Finland called the Kalevala. It's the national poem of Finland. And it describes the first people on the earth. And they were a little bit like shaman, and they were very strong, but they weren't always very successful with love. But Ilmarinen was the first smith in the world. And one day he was very successful in love. And he came back home with a beautiful woman, his wife, driving his sledge across the ice, the frozen marshes of Finland. This is called Ilmarinen Ride. first. When I started coming to Germany a long time ago, when I played with Oysterband, we did quite a few shows in the former DDR as guests of the Freie Deutsche Jugend. And I've got a lot of memories of that time. And I wrote this song, it's called The Palace of Tears, because in those days, as a visitor, I could pass through the Berlin Wall. But a lot of the East German friends I had, they could not. And when they said goodbye to their relatives, it was often at Friedrichstrasse Bahnhof, which had this nickname, the Tränenplatz, the Palace of Tears. The steel gate shuts behind me like the bolt on a Russian gun, part of the wall around us that keeps us on the run. Well, it cuts right through this city, it cuts right through my heart, it cuts right through this country and keeps our worlds apart. Past the grey stone walls, shattered by the marks of war, the tide mark of a century so many died for, and the statues were silent on that cold rainy day, waiting for the cranes to take them all away. I remember your flat in its faded grandeur, you said that it suited you. Well, it suited me too, and I look back on those days with love and anger that we never dared dream we'd see the wall crashing down and the world rushing in. We lay on the floor with the double doors open, we didn't talk about time, our love was unspoken. We knew that I would leave again tomorrow, you could never follow. We watched the rain coming down, then you walked me back to the checkpoint, back to the clamor and the lights of the Western world, and there by the sickle and the hammer I said goodbye, my dear, like so many others here at the Palace of Tears. Auf Wiedersehen, mein Herz. We said goodbye at the Palace of Tears. Are demolished, the city has survived, the losers and the winners just get on with their lives. If I talked about the good things from the bad old days, you'd say it's nostalgia, and I don't understand the time that's gone to waste. You walked me back to the checkpoint, back to the clamor and the lights of the Western world, and there by the sickle and the hammer I said goodbye, my dear, like so many others here at the Palace of Tears. Auf Wiedersehen, mein Herz. We said goodbye at the Palace of Tears. Okay, I'd like to play some songs from my first album, which is called Tales of Love, War and Death by Hanging. And this is a song about a battle that took place in the year 1415 between the English and the French at a place called Agincourt. And it was seen as a great victory for the young King Henry V. And I imagined the victory parade in London afterwards and what it felt like to be a soldier. The arrows that the army used had the feathers of a grey goose, and that's why this song is called The Grey Goose Wing. Next stroke Sir Thomas cried, and through his baton high we drew our bows and loosed the cloud that stained the autumn sky. We had no choice to fight that day, outnumbered 3-1. We'd marched too far into their lands and couldn't run. We put our trust in shaft of ash, fletched with a grey goose wing. We formed a line and turned to face whatever fate could fling. They bowed their heads, they cursed and prayed as a cloud with goose wings flew. The maddened host attacked us then, just as we wished them to. Next day the field was black with crows that fed on dead men's eyes. No Christian could see such sights and not be moved to cry. And now we're back on London Bridge and all the choirs sing. We throw our bonnets in the air and say, it's all for the whistling of the grey goose wing. A thousand maidens dressed in white through leaves of laurel green. They praise us not for bringing peace, but bringing victory. These people love a foreign war that's far away from home, till they get sick of losing sons and hope that one day peace will come. When good King Henry came to town, he rode on a small grey mare, so humbly to compare himself to our sweet Saviour. And through the crowds he bowed his head in all humility, but he took the credit anyway for our great victory. And when we got to London Wall and heard the tumult roar, by God they made more noise than all the host on that field of Agincourt. And I'll see you in the bag of nails, and in our cups we'll tell our tales to every wide-eyed barfly in the room. We'll give them what they want to hear, as long as they bring wine and beer. We'll tell them why the bells of London ring. It's all for the whistling of the grey goose wing. And they threw laurel leaves, sweet laurel leaves, not for peace but for victory. Laurel leaves, sweet laurel leaves, sweet victory. Thank you. I'd like to sing an old song from Scotland. It's a border ballad. And it's about terrible things that happened way a long time ago. It's called The Border Widow's Lament. I'd like to dedicate this one to my friend Sean Virgo in Canada. In those days, they didn't have newspapers and ways of telling the news, so the news was often carried by the troubadours. And this is one of those songs. My love, he built me a bonny bower, he covered it over with the lily flower. A bonny a bower you never did see, that my true love he builded me. There came a man in the middle of day, who spied his sport, then he went away. He brought the king that very night, who broke my bower and slew my knight. He slew my knight, to me so dear. He slew my knight and he seized his gear. My servants all for life did flee, and they left me in extremity. I sewed his shroud, making my moan. I watched his corpse, myself alone. I watched his corpse both night and day. No living creature came that way. and I bore his body on my back. And whiles I walked, and whiles I sat, I digged a grave to lay him in, and I heaped him with the turf so green. And don't you think that my heart was sore as I lay the earth in his yellow hair? Or don't you think my heart was woe as I turned around the way to go? No living man I'll love again, since that my lovely knight was slain with just one lock of his yellow hair. I'll chain my heart forevermore. Going to do one more from the Tales of Love, War and Death by Hanging album. This is another song about war. It's about a young man who thought that war was a great idea, as a lot of young men do. It's a chance to prove yourself and maybe win some land. It's set during the English Civil War, which is called the English Civil War because the English wrote the history books. But they knew all about it in Scotland and in Wales and Ireland, especially in Ireland. I filled my saddlebags with corn and bid my home goodbye. I set out for the west with a flaming sun in my eyes, a sword and a Bible by my side. I joined a regiment of horse, and with them I did go. We rode up hills and over dales as we hunted down our frightened foes, and the Lord have mercy on their souls. I've seen castles torn down, villages alight and cattle burn. I've listened to the tolling of the guns and the clash of steel as morning comes, and the Lord's seen all that I have done. They gave me a house in lieu of pay, with fine grazing land, and a river of silver running through. It was a paradise that I had found, and the Lord led me to this chosen ground. But when I hear the crying of a child, I still hear the rattle of the drum, and see the shadows hanging in the trees, and a smell of burning follows me, and the Lord's seen all that I have done. widow with 3 sons, she bore me 7 more. We slept with a pistol by my side and a musket hanging by the door. No man would deny me what I'd won, 'cause Jesus was always on our side. A sword of righteousness hung in the sky. We sang a hymn to make the cowards turn, and then we cut them down as they did run. And the Lord's seen all that I have done. I'd like to end with a couple of tracks from my new album. First of all, this one called The Beast. You can probably tell that I like to read some history books, and I always thought some of these things belonged in history books and not in the present, like pirates and beheadings and religious wars, but they seem to be coming back. Welcome to the Middle Ages, where the past bites back through history's pages. Back to a world of pirates, religious wars, beheadings and slaves. We thought the past was buried and there it would stay, locked up in tombs, old stones and graves, not reaching out with its skeletal hand to break the earth where it was laid. But it's back, it never left. We're beginning to see the future, and it's too much like the past. We're looking at a future we didn't build to last. The past should stay where it was, in ruined castles, old folk songs, or buried in the ground. But it's not, it's up and moving about like some awful beast come to tell us it never went away. He let us think that. It never listened to those speeches by well-meaning politicians on the aspirations of post-war Britain. Our grandfathers paid the price in blood and gave us this world for free, so we could dance in the rain at Glastonbury. It's a wake-up call, that's all. We just got lazy with it all. There was no war to end all wars. There is no drink to end all drinks. Of course the beast is back. It never left. We're beginning to see the future, and it's too much like the past. And while looking in a future we didn't build to last. We got an overclass, an underclass, and behind that, another underclass. We got untouchables somewhere far away that tread the mill that turns our wheel of luxury. We got Nazis in the schoolyard and in the streets, something we thought we'd never see. We got contract hours back down to zero, leaders with the hobbies of Nero. There's not much talk of a minimum wage. What do? Comfort is the enemy of rage. We take selfies in the looking glass and buy stuff that's not made to last. We got robots that'll take our jobs and all the temptations of Pandora's box. The beast is back. We're beginning to see the future and didn't build to last. We're looking at a future and it's too much like the past. We're looking at a future. Thank you all very much for tuning in, and I'd like to leave you with a little instrumental tune I wrote. I'm actually half Scottish. It doesn't sound like that, I know, but I am, and my family live on the west coast, and there's a little hill there called Canada Hill, and when the Scottish people were immigrating to Canada, sailing down the Clyde River from Glasgow, their relatives would climb up onto Canada Hill to wave a last goodbye.